So far, I think the winter 2020 season's been one exhilarating ride with a lot of nice shows showing us that no matter the season of the year, anime's just getting better and better. Now, with that out of the way, I'd like to take this time to look ahead. In a few weeks, the spring 2020 anime season will officially start, and as early as now, I'd like to introduce some of the shows that I find interesting from that season. From what I can see, these are some of the shows that many people are anticipating, and I'm sure you might be able to find something you'd like somewhere down the line. For now, we leave the current anime season and head forward, fast forward a few months into spring 2020. Being an ordinary kid in a boring town can be uninspiring. Needless to say, it's these kinds of people who get all sorts of wacky powers in anime, and Kagaya Shuichi's no exception. However, instead of stock powers like a magical weapon or super strength, he ends up with the ability to transform into a dog mascot with a gun and a zipper down his back. It gets wilder when he meets and saves Claire. Having shared his secret with her, Shuichi finds himself being used by Claire in her quest to find her sister. How long will our protagonist's sanity hold out? Is it a crazy premise? Yes. Is it out there? Absolutely. How about the fan service? Check the images from the manga yourself. Having read some of the manga, I promise Gleipnir is one wild ride that you won't want to miss. Nevertheless, I have to warn you, it can get really weird and uncomfortable at some points. I did not expect this to get an anime. Appare Ranman sees the awkward Sorano Appare and Samurai Ishiki Kosame teaming up. Broke and trapped in America, the two enter the Trans-America Wild Race. With nothing to lose, they rush through America in their steam-powered car, enticed by the prize money that's promised to the winner of the race. Going from LA to New York may seem impossible, but when geniuses team up, nothing, not bandits, rivals, or challenges the unforgiving land of America can throw at them, can stop them. With Appare Ranman being an anime original project, we can only wait and see if PA Works will knock it out of the park. From the trailer, the series seems fun and crazy, and I think this could be the sleeper hit of the season. Took them long enough to animate Steel Ball Run. Jokes aside, let's see if PA Works' latest venture can end up being the big success that surprisingly puts the community on notice this spring. The Noitamina blocks introduce us to memorable shows like Psycho Pass, Your Lie in April, and Anohana. This time, we're in for a mystery anime. Fugo Keiji Balance Unlimited is the adaptation of a mystery novel about two detectives. The materialistic Daisuke, who finds himself completely appalled by his partner Haru's attitude. Then again, as they say, opposites attract and make the best combination. As mysteries unfold, the detectives, in spite of their contrasting personalities, must work together to solve them. Given that Cloverworks, the one behind Babylonia and The Promised Neverland, are handling this, I expect some tip-top designs and animation. With the recent resurgence of mystery anime, let's see if Fugo Keiji Balance Unlimited can help continue the momentum and lead a boom in the genre. Famous for their signature art style and stories that are crazy in a fun way, Studio Trigger looks to once again make their presence felt with BNA. BNA Brand New Animals is set in a world of humanoid animals. Michiru turns into a tanuki one day, and she makes her way to Anima City. Meeting and teaming up with Ogami Shiro, Michiru starts her journey to make sense of her transformation and get to the bottom of everything. With the recent Beastars and Dorohedoro being hits, I can kind of see why Trigger would go for something like this. I mean, overall it looks interesting. We can only wait and see what wackiness Trigger has in store for us this time around. Let me say that it's also from the guys behind Little Witch Academia and Kill La Kill. Given how well those shows turned out, expectations are high for BNA. Will Trigger save anime once again? There's only one way to find out. And just like that, isekai once again finds a way to reinvent itself. You see, the reason why the genres continue to thrive is that it manages to get very creative with every little area it can. For all the notorious derivativeness the genre has, closer inspection helps you conclude that while we may have numerous clones of Shield Hero, each clone has a distinctive charm point that draws in fans from all directions. Otame Game no Hametsu takes things a bit differently. Instead of being sent to another world as a chosen one or a hero, our protagonist finds herself reincarnated into a villainess. Yep, dying sent her to the world of her favorite game, Fortune Lover. Now, harnessing her knowledge of games and possible routes, Katarina Kleist looks to find contentment for herself. Will she be able to avoid certain doom and find her happy ending? I mean, come to think of it, why hasn't anyone thought of this before? Having the protagonist reincarnated as a villainess seems out of the left field, yet ingenious at the same time. I'm very excited to see how this one goes. I can't believe they did this. War of Underworld, the grand finale of Sword Art Online's Alicization arc, aired several months ago, then they suddenly split it into two. Yep, the split core got divided into an extra split core, leaving us with another cliffhanger during the Christmas season. Amazing. This time the billing of this batch being the grand finale is no joke, just like the rest of the war. After dazzling us with their creative abilities and featured fights, most of the Integrity Knights now take a back seat as the OG crew come in. Prepare to see more of Asuna, Lifa, Sinon and the rest of the gang in action as they race against time to save Kirito and fend off the forces of the Dark Territory. SAO fans, rejoice. Your epic finale has come, and you won't have to wait too long for the glorious return of the Black Swordsman. Which timeline are we living in with Snafu getting a third season? I guess it's the best timeline for anime fans, really. After several years, we finally get the continuation of the ever-popular school series. Not with an OVA, not with a movie, a full season. Yeah, it came out of nowhere, but I guess the Snafu Dakimakuras that just got released a year ago managed to fund season 3. Of course, I'm kidding, and that's not the whole picture really, is it? With the light novel concluding a while back, fans who once only hoped they would get a full adaptation of the story in anime form should be ecstatic, as it looks like we're headed into that direction. Those who grew up loving Hachiman, Yukino, Yui, and the rest of the squad will be in for a treat, as the third season of Snafu promises even more twists and developments with the characters' relationships. Hachiman's coming-of-age story from his Season 1 form looks to continue, and we all eagerly await the next chapters of his and the rest of the gang's lives. If you've been watching my recent videos, it's no surprise that I'm a big fan of Kaguya-sama Love is War. A fun and extremely entertaining series given the unique, simple premise. It was one of the most popular shows of the past year. Looks like the anime gods have given us all a gift in advance with the announcement of the second season of the hit romantic comedy. It's a good thing they didn't pull an Attack on Titan and make us wait half a decade before the inevitable sequel. We won't have to wait that long to see more of Kaguya, Mayuki and Chika. The hilarious misadventures of the trio continue. Will we finally see a confession and a victor in the crazy war of love? You just have to wait and see. Up next on the list, we take a look at Tower of God, one of the most popular webtoons right now. 25th Bam's a boy who spent his life of isolation inside a cave underneath the tower. Chasing his best friend Rachel, Bam enters the tower. He's told that he'll get the answers he seeks should he find his way to the top of the tower right before coming face to face with a deadly test. Grasping onto the possibility of reuniting with Rachel, Bam keeps going, scaling the tower that continues to provide various challenges within each floor. I'm a big fan of the series. It's amazing in terms of world building, badass characters and action. It promises a world of adventure that's made it into one of the best webcomics out there. The footage that I'm showing right now is the promotional material for the webtoon and the games. There's nothing better to do than wait for the anime adaptation that will surely show you why Tower of God has endeared itself to the hearts of many fans. The suffering continues and Subaru is back at it with his dark misadventures in another world. Back in 2016, ReZero was the biggest hit in town, capturing the hearts of many as one of the darker and more cynical isekai series that took the world by storm. To this day, I still think it's arguably one of the best isekai series that's reached the mainstream. I think the first season left off in a pretty decent place, but we all agree that the story must continue in some form. This season, Subaru's fight remains unfinished as more members of the Sin Archbishop lurk in the horizon. Recruiting the help of the newfound allies from the fight battle against Betelgeuse, Subaru and Emilio prepare to fight the next major battle in their journey. Wait, did I just go without mentioning Rem, the most popular character and everyone's waifu half a decade ago? Well, you gotta watch the second season and maybe the memes and jokes from several years ago will finally make sense. 2020's gotten off to a wild start, and so has the anime side of things. With numerous highly anticipated sequels headlining a season full of unique and promising anime, spring looks to start the 2020 anime year with a bang. Which of the sequels and non-sequel works are you most excited for? Please let me know in the comments section below. As always, I'd appreciate your like and sub. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again next time on VinnyTube.